up, man? What's on your mind?
So it just doesn't make any sense to me.
What doesn't?
Like it's literally feels like a bipolar God.
Bipolar. What does? How? What do you mean?
This this whole Trinity is like you don't know if he's a guy, if he's God. He's constantly shifting, changing things.
Well, hold
Like
on. So
it's
if
just so
well,
confusing.
bipolar would be two, so that wouldn't be a triad.
Okay, bipolar.
Tripolar. Okay. So what is shifted? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like if you know one of those girls when you date and you don't know what the hell are they, like one day
I
they're
know what the
one
word bipolar means, and I know how women are. Yeah, sure. But what does that have to do with the Trinity as a doctrine?
confused. What is it? So because you don't know what God is, like it's all over the place.
But it's not though. So how is it all over the place? Is what I'm trying to say. Can you flesh out what you mean?
Because all people say, oh, he's loving. Okay, yeah, he's loving. He's creator. He's everything. But
Mm-hmm.
how is he that he's a man one day and then he dies the next day? He has to, like, I would not unalive my son for any of these assholes out there. Hell no. Like, can you imagine me sacrificing my son for the assholes that are out there? No, hell no. Like, they need to go through the shit that they put in the world out there. Like, can you imagine the people are unaliving people today, causing all the wars and suffering? And what kind of God? It's like, what the hell is it? It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you ask me, would I sacrifice my son for these assholes? Hell no, never.
Okay, so
You get my point?
yeah, I think I see what you're saying. Like, so first of all, the idea that God does different things is not itself necessarily contradictory, because don't we also, as creatures, don't, I mean, you do different things, right? Sometimes you're doing this, you're doing that, you're playing sports, you're riding around doing other things, right? You have different relations in your life. You don't have one relation. You're a father to somebody else, you're a son to somebody else. So how does having different
Yeah, well,
relations?
hold on, but there's a qualification to it. I do the things that suits me, that suits my let's call it majesty. Okay, I'm not gonna be playing with pigs. I'm not gonna go into some shit place and hang out there. So things that that justifies my presence. These are the places I'll be at. I wouldn't be like, why the hell God want to come here anyway? Think about it.
Well,
It's not majestic.
if God's the creator of the world, then he can, if he chooses to, if he has free will, become incarnate to set an example and to redeem our nature. So the purpose of Christ becoming incarnate and dying is to destroy the power of death in our nature and then to resurrect it and save it. So, I mean, I think to me that's a good message. It's not a meaningless, nihilistic message where we don't have any meaning and God just despises us, or we're empty in the universe, or whatever. The universe is empty and nihilistic. I mean,
I get it, but if I'm God, then why do I even have to go through all this? Like, I would just basically do it where if I'm sitting somewhere else, I'll just get it done there. Like, why do I have to go through all the drama?
well, because God has a nature. God has a way that he operates according to that nature, and he created beings in his image. So things have natures, and that means that if God is going to save us, it's not a like just snap your fingers type of thing. It's an inner healing. It's a manifestation of love, which you say that it's pointless. But why would love be pointless in life when love is the very meaning of life? Even the Aristotle, even pagan
No,
philosophers know
no,
that.
love is not pointless. But I wouldn't kill my son for the assholes that live in this world. Period. I would not even sacrifice my freaking cat for that matter.
Well, okay, but whether you would do that or not really has nothing to do with what's true and false and whether it's sensible or
Okay, so
not.
then God would not do things that are not illogical. If he made us logical, then he has to be logical.
Okay,
He
well,
cannot be
okay,
illogical
sure,
being.
I agree. But how do you know what logic is on an atheist worldview?
I don't think it has anything to do with atheists. It's just a logic that I would not sacrifice anything for the kind of people that live on this earth, especially the ones.
Yeah, I know you. I get it. You don't like human beings. So I got it. So
No. I like human beings, but not the ones that deserves punishment.
okay. Well, so what's the standard here, and where do you get a basis for logic? You said it's just logic. If your argument rests on it's just logic, now I need to know in your worldview what logic is.
The logic is that if I can get things done sitting.
What logic is, not what your logic is. Logic itself. What is it?
That makes sense.
What makes sense? Okay, so it's relative.
Okay, how do you even define logic?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm asking you.
something that human mind can rationalize.
Okay, so logic is something human mind can rationalize. Okay, yeah.
Is it?
No, that's not what logic is.
Okay. Can you explain me what logic?
Let's see. So we got a Roman Catholic in the chat who wants to. Do you want to come on here, Bonaventure, instead of just spamming the chat about ridiculous stuff? So look, so Orthodox people in the chat requesting to speak. This is for disagreeers, right? So it's a discussion about disagreements, and then all the Orthodox bros pile into the chat, which I'm not mad at you guys. I think it's cool, but we're trying to reach out to people that disagree. If that's what you think logic is, we're not going to get anywhere, man.
Divinity raises the humanity of Christ through theosis, and that's exactly what we experience.